Hi, I'm Rabbi Daniel Lapin, and I really want you to become a more effective communicator. I don't care what you do or where you are in life, but every joyful moment, every triumph, and every achievement that you have ever experienced has always been because of the involvement of at least one other person. And that involvement comes about because the two of you spoke. One of you spoke and one of you listened, and then the other one spoke and you listened. And an agreement was reached, a concept was conceived, and in some way, you and other people moved forwards towards some kind of good moment, something you did, you built, you achieved, you enjoyed, you accomplished. All of that happened because of communication. I can imagine, somebody who is at seminary, who plans to go into ministry, and who is studying scripture and studying the explanatory texts. But only in rare occasions do I encounter somebody who also has courses on oratory, on public speaking, on communicating. That's much rarer. And yet it is an absolutely crucial skill that should be taught to everybody. And before anybody embarks on their career, it's something that everybody should be experiencing. It doesn't matter whether you are a doctor or whether you are a business professional or whether you are a tradesman of some kind. Whatever way you serve God's other children is wonderful. But in every one of those categories, you will improve your effectiveness and you will improve your financial outcome if you can enhance your communicative ability. Today, let's talk about the structure of your communication. Whether it is a speech to a large audience or whether it's a communication even to only one person, it does require preparation. And you might be somebody who can prepare effectively alone. If not, then you should enlist the help of another person, somebody to whom you are close and somebody whose interests are at their heart and your heart as well, and you enlist their help in order to do your preparation. But your preparation has to involve, number one, asking yourself, what do you want the outcome of this communication to be? If it's a speech, well, I want the audience to go away either becoming ready to embark on a particular action item. You want them to do something. Maybe you want them to think in a certain way. Maybe you want them to relate to you differently. Whatever it is, you start off and ask yourself, what is the outcome you desire? And so it is with individual communications as well. And once you've established that, it is very helpful to then lay out on paper the format of your speech, not word for word, but the concepts. And a useful tip is to think in terms of the law of threes. You may have heard this when you were a child in grade school, but you should think in terms of an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. That's three sections. My introduction, my conclusion, and in the middle, a body. If you don't work those out, have you ever heard a speech where quite clearly, although the time is over, the speaker simply doesn't know? He's like on a roller coaster, he can't get off. He doesn't know how to bring it in for a landing and get off the stage. That's because he didn't prepare the conclusion. And so we prepare all three parts. And again, we use the rule of threes in the body as well. A, B, and C. The three important things I want to tell you. You might actually express them in those ways. I'm going to tell you three ways in which to find birds to photograph, whatever it is. Or you may actually not perhaps mention, I'm going to give you three things, but you give three things anyway. Because in that fashion, people will much more easily grasp what you're getting across. And more importantly, in your mind, you're able to lay it out in a way so that you can memorize it most easily and deliver your speech without notes at all. And so as we move forward, we're going to explore more deeply just how each of these things is put down, prepared, and then ultimately delivered for maximum effectiveness. Onwards and upwards.